Hey guys, I'm Don here with Garmin, and I'm here to go over our latest products for the tread lineup. These are the Baja Race and Baja Chase Edition devices. We're really excited to bring a purpose-built product to the Baja racing market, the off-road racing market. I'm going to go over some of the features of these devices, how easy they are to use, how we can make the race team's lives a lot easier. We're going to go over what comes in the box for the Chase Edition as well as the Race Edition, and then we're going to get into how to utilize the race files, how to import those race files, how to view them on the device, how to save notes while you're pre-running, how to send and receive messages over satellite to the rest of the team members, how to track your team members. So let's get into it. So we have the Chase Edition right here in front of me. This one is a portable version of our race device, and it has a suction cup, XL suction cup that comes in the box. It's got a mounting arm and then a locking magnetic mount right here to mount that device. And it also comes with a vehicle power cable here that can plug straight into the vehicle. So this one is very portable. It can easily be moved between vehicles. So if there's a different vehicle that's chasing for that race, you can handle the device and they're ready to go. And then on the other side, we have a couple of our Race Edition products. And what comes in that box? So we've got the bail mount option here, which can be screwed directly into a panel or physically mounted to a flat surface. And that's what's shown here with this device set up on the tabletop. And then we also can do a panel mount. So this dock can be mounted directly to a panel or that front dashboard of the vehicle for the co-driver to use. And that's how this one's set up right here. Also in the box of the Race Edition, we have the external GPS antennas. You can mount that antenna up on top of the vehicle for the clearest view of the sky, and that's what this antenna looks like. And then we also have the external inReach satellite communications antenna. And so this antenna can also go on top of the vehicle for the clearest view of the sky to make sure that all of that inReach performance is as good as it can get, and that's what this antenna looks like. And so now let's get into more detail and let's talk about the race files and how to import those race files for use on the devices. All right, I'm going to go over the Baja Race Edition now, and we're going to import some race files. Okay. So on the side of the device here, there's a weatherproof kind of door that you can put in a micro SD card. There's a couple different ways to import race files. One way you can do it is with a micro SD card. Another way is plugging the device directly into the computer and then moving those GPX files over onto the device file system. So we're going to do the micro SD card here. We're going to put that in the door and put the device back in the mount. And then once we do that, we're going to go into the race app here. So this is where you can configure your race to be able to run through that course. We need to select a track, and when we do that, it asks us, or it says there's no tracks found, and so we're going to have to import that track onto the device. So we'll go to import. Now this is showing me all of the files that I have on this micro SD card. We're going to run this full four-wheel drive course right here, so I'm going to select that one. Then we're going to hit OK. And so now all of those waypoints, tracks are being imported onto the device and organizing all that information. So now we can see there's 324 waypoints and there's 6 tracks that are part of this file. We can go in and look at each of those. If there's certain ones we don't want, we can avoid them and not check those, but we're going to check all the ones that we want to import. So we want to import everything for this file, so we're going to select all. So we're getting 324 waypoints and 6 tracks. We hit next. We're going to create a new collection, and a collection is just a folder. So we're going to call this one our Baja 400 race. And so then the Baja 400 is selected, and we're going to import all of that information into this folder or this collection. So now we can see all of the tracks. There's the 6 tracks at the start here. We can see each of those, different sections, and then we have all of the waypoints and information from that race file imported directly to the device. All right, so now that we've imported our GPX file with all the race course information, we're going to start a race. And so in order to do that, we're going to go back to this track. We're going to go to our Baja 400 collection, and we're going to select each of the sections of course that are part of those tracks. So if you remember, we had 6 items. We have all 6 items selected here, and now we're gonna hit next. And then when we hit next, we're gonna be able to see all 6 sections on the map, and we're gonna be able to visualize those and make sure that we can get them in the right order so that we can run the race the right way. And to do that, we're just gonna drag and drop the different sections here to make sure that they are in order. And when we do that, it's gonna refresh on the map, and we're gonna be able to see that all these tracks are in order. We have the start and the finish line flags here in Ensenada. And so we'll be starting and finishing in the same location, and this will be the course that we're gonna run. We're gonna name this configuration, and then we're gonna hit done. Cool, okay, so now we have the Baja 400 is added to our folder called Baja 400. We're gonna hit okay. Now we can see the race files on the map here in this race app. We choose how many laps it is. If it's a 1 lap or a 2 lap, 3 lap, whatever race, this is a 1 lap race. We're gonna hit done. We can choose what track color we want, and there's a bunch of different options. Some different teams want different colors that are easier to see on the map, so you can choose whichever one is the clearest for you and easiest to use. We have one option here at the top called highlight sharp turns. And so if you select that one, it'll change the track line to be it'll have brighter colors in the sharper corners. So regardless of what zoom level you're at, the sharpness of that corner will be easily visible by the co-driver so that they can call out sharp corners, smooth straights and things like that more easily just based on the line color. So let's say we're gonna go with the highlight sharp colors setting. Then we're gonna go down to our collections. These are the collections that are gonna be viewed on the map while you're racing. So we really just want Baja 400, that's the only collection of data that we want shown on the map during the race. So we're gonna check that one and we're gonna uncheck everything else. So now we're gonna hit save. We can see a few of the waypoints from that race file. As we zoom in, more of those will show up so that you can see all of the information about that race file on the map. And then the last setting here is the distance marker. So distance marker is gonna draw 1/4 mile line ticks on that race line during the race. And so if you're trying, as a co-driver, if you're trying to judge distance, how far are we from that turn, you can turn these distance markers on, and then you'll see tick marks on the track line along the track so that it's easier to call out how far ahead those turns and those notes are. Once we're done with that, those are all the settings that we have here. Then we just hit race, and then the device will start that race and give us guidance throughout that race course. Okay, so now we've got our race started. This is what it'll look like while you're racing, while you're running that course. We can see our purple line here with our highlight sharp turns. On the left side of the screen here, you can see all of the upcoming waypoints that came in with that race file. So it's very easy for that co-driver just to focus on this row of items and just read those off to that driver. So we have a speed zone right now, and we have a speed zone for another 1.4 miles. And that's real easy for that co-driver to call out. And then you're gonna have race mile 35. You'll have a couple of VCPs, and that'll be what's upcoming on the track ahead. You can see we have all the physical buttons here on this side of the screen. So we can zoom in and we can zoom out with the zoom buttons. We have 4-way pan so that we can maneuver throughout the course and look at what's ahead. And then you can always hit the back arrow to get back to here. There's a IR button on the right side. That IR, that's your inReach button, so that'll open up your team here. So those are all of your other team members that are tracking over satellite. You can see all of those listed, and we can close that. At the same time, if we open it, we have our messages tab, and you can see all the messages from the team here. And if we get back, then you can see the team and where they are. And so while you're running, if you were pre-running and you wanted to save a note about that course, you can hit the Save Waypoint button, and if we hit that, it's gonna show you that waypoint 2 was saved on this date, and that's some information about the waypoint. If we click on that, we can edit it. We can edit the name. We can change the name of that waypoint. So we can just call that a straight. We can hit done. We can choose a different map symbol. We have all these different map symbols to customize the look based on how you want those presented during the race. If we just wanted that to be a blue pin, we can make it a blue pin. Then we want to add that to our Baja 400 folder, or that collection of data that we want shown on the map. We hit done, and then that's saving a waypoint for us. So then we hit done, and then it takes us back. So as you're pre-running, you can do that over and over and over again and add all of your different notes during your pre-run. And then on race day, it'll all be presented this same way to you. So let's go over to the Chase device and talk through how that Chase team is going to use that device. So here we've got our Chase device. This is very simple. You can hand this to just about anybody that's chasing to you and they can figure it out. There's a Chase map button on the home screen here. You can reach up, you hit Chase map, and then what that's going to do is it's going to show the map and it's going to show the list of the team on the right side of the screen here. So we can see all of the team members that are also in this team. We're indoors here, so we don't have the actual satellite tracking working right now. But you can see the riders list. At the same time, you can see all the messages and the message thread of the team. So if there was a race truck that you wanted to locate, you wanted to follow that truck, it's as simple as pressing on that person, and then it's going to move the map to that location of where that race truck is. It's going to give you the latest information about them, the speed that they were going, the name of them, and then also that last update, so the last time you received an update from that truck. So you know the information is up to date and fresh. And then you also know what speed they're going, whether they're moving or they're stopped working on something, fixing something. If they're stopped, you can send them a message and ask them what's going on. If we want to send a message, we can get back to the home screen. We can press on our team tracking button on the home screen, and then we can see our team message thread right here. We can hit reply, and then we can type out a message and send a message to that team. Everyone that's on the team will see that message when it comes to their device, including the race truck, and it keeps everybody on the same page communicating during that race. And that's how easy it is to chase your race truck. All right, and then the last thing to talk about here, both the Baja Race Edition and the Baja Chase Edition, those devices come with a satellite imagery subscription. So satellite imagery, you can download any satellite imagery that you need. Additionally, they both come preloaded with the northern half of the Baja Peninsula, so all the races that are done in the northern half of the Baja Peninsula, all that satellite imagery is already downloaded and preloaded to the device out of the box. But if you want to download additional imagery, here's how easy that is. We'll just go into our apps, we'll go to Bird's Eye Direct at the top, and then we hit the little download arrow. We can choose an area where we don't have imagery. And then you can choose the level of detail that you want. You can choose the size of that download, so let's say 100 square miles. And then you can choose where to download that. You hit download, you give it a name, and you hit done. And then over Wi-Fi, that bird's eye imagery will download directly to the device. All right, I hope this video was helpful going over some of the features in our new Baja Race and Baja Chase devices. We're really excited about these products and bringing these to a dedicated navigation product to the off-road racing market. Check out the links below for more information and have fun.